Before the video starts, I just want to say thank you for clicking on and thank you for watching. In the background, I just have a simmed version of the Texans versus Bills game, Wildcard game, and it's actually kind of really accurate, oddly enough. It's actually pretty scary. But anyway, I also apologize for the video length. I'm trying to cut down on that, but I hope you enjoy regardless whether you stay the whole time or not, but I hope you enjoy. Thank you very much. So I'm back after a pretty decent amount of time. I can't remember the last week of football I made a video, but I'm back. I decided what's a better time to make a video than after the last game of the Bills 2019-2020 season. And I had to kind of let the sting wear off a little bit before I got the motivation to even make this video, but here I am. Now, if I just cut straight to the point, there were three major things wrong in this game that really helped us blow the 16-0 lead. And that was play calling and personnel, missed opportunities, and the entire ref, whatever you want to even call that. I'll start with the play calling and personnel. When the game started, the Bills went down on the first drive, and I think, 3 or 4 plays had 7 points on the board, which was more than impressive. I mean, we ran the QB sweep on the first drive. Josh Allen had 39, I think it was a 39-yard rush, something along those lines. There might have been another play in between that, and then there was the John Brown pass to Josh Allen that was for 6 points. Now, I feel like it was such a good drive, such a promising drive, and at the time, I was obviously more than excited, and I was actually blown away by Dable's what seemed to be brilliance at the time. Now, to me, looking back at it, just if you've watched any of my videos or if you know me at all, I absolutely hate that meatball of a man, but I almost think we used our go-to plays on the first drive, and then we just kind of didn't use them again. Obviously, you can't run the John Brown pass again. I mean, you could, but it probably wouldn't work. But I feel like we kind of used them on the first drive to come out with to make a statement, and then after that, we kind of didn't really have a quote-unquote go-to play. Beside that, in the first half, I mean, there were I think 1 or 2 probably Frank Gore stretches thrown in there, sprinkled in there like salt. But other than that, I mean, the first drive for play calling was brilliant. I mean, we did everything right. Singletary was running well. Then we just started kicking field goals, and that's where I think really started to hurt ourselves. I'll talk about missed opportunities in a little bit, but I think that's where we started to hurt ourselves with the play calling in the second half. But in the first half, it was pretty decent. I can't even complain about it, other than the settling for a field goal when you run it with Frank Gore with 1 timeout left. I mean, that was kind of dumb, but other than that, I think we had a strong first half. The second half is really where I think things started to get sketchy. Obviously, anybody can make that statement, but I think that's where we stopped using plays designed for Devin Singletary. We stopped using him because he was clearly our best offensive player. He was all over the place, making plays, running the ball. He was going for 4 or 5 yards after contact. He was catching the ball in traffic. He was making guys miss after the catch. I mean, this dude was just going off, and I think we stopped using plays designed for him in the second half, which really started to kill us. I also think the J.J. Watt sack on the first drive for us in the second half, as much as it did affect us, we still got 3 points out of it, even though, for whatever reason, we made this mistake multiple times. We left poor Cody Ford alone one-on-one with J.J. Watt, and it cost us on that drive. But I think we should have came away with more than 3 points on that drive. But either way, I can't really even say that was a turning point because we still got 3 points, you know what I mean? I think the true turning point was when we got the ball back the second drive, and Josh Allen's ball security really came and bit us in the ass on that one. I think that was the true turning point of the game. The only 2 play calls in the second half that really stuck out to me as solid play calls by Brian Dable was first the play action pass from I-Forum to Duke Williams. That was a nice throw and catch.
So common sense prevail. Let's play ball.
That was a good play call in my opinion. And then the rollout right, the drive that brought us down the field before we stopped them on the 4th and 1, if that makes sense, where we screwed up in field goal range. We rolled out. We had all the momentum against us. They had everything. They had the fans going crazy. It was a madhouse, and we came out. Brian Dable made a pretty good play call, I can't lie. The rollout right, throwback left to Singletary, using our best player. He gets a bunch of yards, put us in pretty much field goal range, a 1st and 10, where we just need a couple more yards. So with 2.5, 3 minutes left, we have the ball in damn near field goal range with the 1st and 10, and first play goes nowhere. Second play, we run with Gore, who loses 2 yards. Then the third play, our line just doesn't block, and Josh Allen doesn't have the pocket presence to get out of the way and roll out or get rid of it soon enough, and he gets blown up way behind. It might as well have been a sack. It was an intentional grounding anyway. And that was probably the worst thing that could have happened in that position. And after that, I really, truly don't think we should have gotten the ball back. But because Houston is really not that good of a football team, we did get the ball back. So we get the ball back and we drive down the field. Josh Allen makes that bonehead lateral backwards that actually ended up working out for us because it stopped the clock. And he's able to make a couple good throws, hits John Brown, able to hit Singletary a couple times. A couple guys miss. We get into field goal range. We tie the game right after the defense made a humongous stop on 4th and 1, even though Bill O'Brien should have kicked the field goal because we hadn't scored 6 points since the first drive, and we had 0 timeouts with like 45 seconds left. Did he really fear us that bad to where he had to feel like he had to go for that? That was just mind-blowing to me. So we stopped them, get the ball back, go down and tie the game for overtime. And then the overtime play calling wasn't too special to me either. We also had a moment where we came out in 5 wide at about behind our midfield mark, and we had 5 guys on the field. We had Isaiah McKenzie, Devin Singletary, John Brown, and Lee Smith and Patrick DeMarco split out wide. So if that doesn't tell you that play got nowhere, that's the play that Josh Allen rolled out and bombed it to Pat DeMarco in double coverage, which was just as bad as the personnel on the field at the time, which blew my mind. But, I mean, it's almost like Houston didn't have to guard anybody because we have Lee Smith and Patrick DeMarco on the right side of the field. So that side of the field is automatically gone. Like, you don't have to cover them. Like, I don't know why they're on the field in a 5-wide dire situation where you have to score. That blows my mind. I don't know who that's on. I don't know if it's Dable. I don't know if it's McDermott. But whoever it's on, you need to get your head on straight because that was awful. Also on that same drive, we had a couple we had like 2 or 3 third down conversions, and I also feel like we get stuck in these positions where we have first and second down are completely wasted because 1, the play calling's poor, or 2, the play's not executed. So then we're stuck in a 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11, 3rd and 12, and Josh Allen's forced to roll out and make some circus play. And it happened twice. I think twice it happened. One to Dawson Knox where he made a good move and he got to the first down. And the second time where he rolled out again and Devin Singletary somehow caught it in very contested coverage. So, I mean, the play calling and personnel in the second half specifically and even overtime, piss poor. I think it really, really lost us the game. We stopped using Singletary. I know we got roughly the same amount of carries in the second half, but we stopped using him as the centerpiece of our plays. Like, he was doing stuff in the passing game more than pretty much anyone else. So we should have been using plays designed around him to get him the ball in open field, in open space, because that's where he was making moves, making guys miss, getting us yards. Obviously, running the ball wasn't working as well for him in the second half, but it was still, we needed to do something to get him the football. So, Brian Dable, my hate relationship with you, it was kind of helped at some points. Like, for example, the first drive, I kind of wanted to, be happy about your play calling for once, but then after that, as the game went on, I really started to remember why I hate you and I want you out of our office or out of our coaching staff, and I want you to please go to Cleveland and burn their dumpster down because I really do not want you here anymore. You're not helping anybody. Missed opportunities was another thing I wanted to cover. There's really not much to elaborate on. It's just pretty much covering the amount of missed opportunities we had. I mean, usually you can look at a game, and any sport for that matter, you can look at it and say there's 1 or 2 plays that really would have changed the tide of the game, or if this play went in our favor, we would have won the game. Like, you could say that about maybe 1 or 2 plays, but in this game specifically, this wildcard matchup in the 2019-2020 NFL season between the Bills and the Texans, the Bills had so many individual plays screwed up that would have won us the game. Like, there were more than enough plays that just did not go in our favor. For example, the John Brown not getting 2 feet down, the Josh Allen fumble, the Duke Williams drop in the end zone. What else happened? The constant missed sacks. We missed the sack in the third down. On third down when Deshaun Watson's pulling Houdini shit. We missed the sack that lost us the game. We missed the 3rd and 18. Deshaun Watson has a 3rd and 18, and he just dumps it off to Duke Johnson, and he gets a first down on 3rd and 18. Like, that was a missed opportunity. I think we missed an opportunity, a huge, when DeAndre Hopkins fumbled and we have half the field to go and score a touchdown and we don't. I think even though we got 3, that's another missed opportunity. A missed opportunity, how 3 guys blocking for Josh Allen in overtime on a QB sneak or QB sweep, and nobody blocks Cunningham. Like, the only guy that has a threat of tackling Josh Allen, they all miss him. Like, how does that even happen? It's just unbelievable to me. Like, so many plays that just did not go in our favor, that should have gone in our favor, and that just could have changed the game completely. Then, of course, the refs screwing us over their fair share amount, too, with the kickoff at the beginning of the second half being the main points. The black ref conspiracy, these guys in black coats just run on the field, and all of a sudden they're telling the refs on the field what call to make, even though these guys have never existed before, and this call was obviously a touchdown. And Booger McFarland, there should be no common sense in football. It should be based on the rule book, just like everything else is. Just like how Cody Ford made a nice, simple block, but it was a block or a blindside block or whatever they called because it's the rules. Well, common sense should say, according to Booger McFarland, that it was not a bad hit. He was not blindsiding anybody. The guy was facing him. And common sense would say Cody Ford did not make an illegal play. But Booger McFarland, of course, on that play, he goes, Cody Ford, you just can't do that. And then on the kickoff, he's like, common sense should prevail. It's like, Booger, dude, you're a hypocrite, dude. Like, get your shit straight. I want to punch that guy in the face. But there's just so many different ref misses as well. Like the DeAndre Hopkins shouldn't have had a first down in their first drive in overtime. He was nowhere close to the first down, but they gave it to him. And then 3rd and 18, he had Deshaun Watson snap the ball late. I mean, guys can kind of say like the play clock lag or whatever, but I mean it was still a delay of game regardless. Just the refs just. Oh my God, I just can't even believe we lost this football game. I mean, that's really about it that I have to say about this game. I mean, I'm just still sick about it as is every other Bills fan. I mean, just sickening. A sickening, heartbreaking way to lose. As if we didn't choke a 16-point lead on our own. Usually there's somebody that comes and helps you and does the Heimlich to help you stop from choking, but the refs just came over instead of helping us from choking and giving us the Heimlich maneuver. They came over and stepped on our throat with a high heel and pretty much ended our entire chance of ever having a chance of winning the game. So thanks to the refs for that. I mean, we blew it. The refs helped us blow it, and Deshaun Watson somehow doesn't get sacked when 2 guys smack into him. But, I mean, he's a good player. You got to give a good player a good play when it's due, so whatever. It's not the end of the world. At the end of the day, bright off season. We need to make the right moves. We need to make big moves because this team isn't going to win with the pieces we have. We have the right core pieces, but we need more. We need more, and that'll be. I'll make another video on that sooner than later. But we need more, and I think we have a bright off season, bright future ahead, and I'm looking forward to see it. Thank you for watching, and blah.